is Tony, and I'm excited to showcase another week of talent with our young superstars, our rising talent. We have a top manager here, we have a director, editor, and we have an actor and producer as our guests today. So let's jump right into, let's go to Nelson really quick. If you could turn your mic on for us, Nelson. Thanks again for coming back. How's everything going? I know you've watched these kids over the last few weeks, and I think you've been speaking to a couple of them.
Yep.
What's the update? What's going on?
Well, the business has been picking up a bunch. So honestly, we've been a little swamped. So I don't even know if I was going to be able to get on today because we have a lot of people traveling and a lot of clients that are testing for things. So it's been pretty busy for us.
That's been awesome. Not to mention it's the election, a historical election right now. And it's like, this is a nice, it's a nice way to break up an hour and just kind of break away from the TV. So definitely a historical moment. This is 2020. It's November of 2020, and we'll see. Nobody knows yet. So let's go to Jonny Vegas really quick. Jonny Vegas, namer. You might recognize his last name. His dad has done some pretty cool stuff, but so has Jonny. So Jonny, tell us about the lacrosse and how that got you into acting, and tell us a little bit about growing up with a father that created E-Entertainment. I mean, that's pretty interesting stuff there.
Yeah, so all my life I've been involved in some way in the entertainment industry, just having a father that started E-Entertainment, and just the celebrity group that was always surrounding him and his entourage. I was always around the business. Lacrosse was my main thing, so I picked that up when I was a teenager, and I've played it ever since. I beat brain cancer at age 15, and then said I'm not going to stop playing lacrosse. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then just about 2 years ago, I decided I'd be an actor too. So.
Wow. Well, congratulations. Thank you for joining our stage. We look forward to showcasing some of the talent. You actually, I think you know Kelsey. So Kelsey, yeah. And you guys go to school together at another school. And let's go to Adrian Carr, our director, editor, and he's also an actor. He's actually a really good actor, but I don't think he ever leads with that. Adrian Carr, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Tony. Really good.
So you broke away from the elections for us.
Well, it is what it is.
That's exactly
I mean,
right.
It's going to be an interesting turn of events by the end of the next day or so.
Yeah. So you watched pretty much every one of our showcases you've been at. And have you seen these young rising stars grow each week? I mean, any comments on what you've seen and
well, I mean, if I was to look back at the very first class that I watched, the difference is like chalk and cheese. I mean, the growth has been like astronomical with their tech savvy pickup. I think they'll be a treat for any director working on set with them.
Well, I'm excited to showcase some stuff here. It's a smaller class for multiple reasons. Some of them are working, some of them are just really busy with school, and obviously the elections and stuff. So it's definitely going to be one of those quaint, like last week showcases, which I think we're becoming very fond of. We are talking to a lot of producers out there in Hollywood about turning this into a real competition show, NBC level, ABC level, CBS level, and people are very excited about it. So we're in talks to get this thing, maybe a pilot in the can, January, February. So just so you guys know that there's a lot in the works. There's a magazine in the works now, a BSA Hollywood Review, BSA-LIVE showcase type magazine, where we feature some of my past students that have gone off to huge success, and some of you guys and what you're doing and your journey. And then some of tomorrow's students that we're getting ready to work with, like Faithlin, who's 7 years old. So really excited to showcase you tonight for Nelson and for Jonny Vegas, and of course, Adrian Carr. So without further ado, who wants to go first? Since you're going to stay the whole time, Ella, maybe we won't have you go first for once. You're good with that? So
I'm fine with that.
Who feels ready? Are you, I know Reagan's saying something, but you're muted. Reagan?
Yes? Sorry, I was gonna say I'm not sure if I can stay on the entire time because my grandma's here.
Okay, I understand.
So I don't have to go first. I don't have to go first or anything, but whichever way works for you.
Now we'll try right before you jump off. We'll try a little rendition of our version of Friends. So right before you have to go, let us know, and then we'll just kind of see if we can plow through that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, Ethan, do you want to try to go first? You always go last.
I don't know. Can I go second?
You can go second. Let's see. Kendall, you want to open the show?
Yes, Tony, I can go. But can I have a minute to prepare?
Okay, you can prep. All right, so sometimes what we did in the past, and we've kind of stopped doing it, is we do vocal warm-ups. So I'm just going to just throw a couple things at you guys. I'm going to ask you to do a vocal warm-up. So everyone turn on your mic.
Hi.
And Ella, do a quick vocal warm-up.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if woodchuck would? A woodchuck all the wood if woodchuck could chuck wood.
Perfect. Kelsey.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pecks of pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?
And Holden, good job.
Quick question. Does anybody know a tongue twister that emphasizes like A's? Because that could be very useful for me.
I mean, you could just go like.
I know bees.
What's that?
I know bees, but I mean that's not really helpful. The big black bug bit the big black bear.
I can do that. Yeah, thank you. The big black bug bit the big black bear, and the big black bear bled blood. The big black bug bit the big black bear, and the big black bear bled blood.
And you guys always want to do your warm-ups before we record, but I'm just doing this just for fun for whoever's watching that maybe wants to be an actor. Ethan, you got a warm-up?
Rubber baby buggy bumper, rubber baby buggy bumper, rubber baby buggy bumper.
Feel how each time you did it, it got a little better, a little better, a little better. What you're doing is you're tuning your brain to your mouth and you're connecting it. Because a lot of times we think so fast, we trip.
Yeah.
And so we want to get that out of the way. Yeah, Kelsey's always raising her hand. That's her thing. So Reagan, do you have a vocal warm-up?
Yeah, I have. Okay. Mommy made me mashed nutter, butter, peanut butter, chocolate, crunchy covered M&Ms.
Pretty good. All right, Kendall, we're waiting for you whenever you're ready. Jonny, do you ever do vocal warm-ups in your school?
No, but I could give one a shot.
Go for it.
Sally Seashells told seashells by the seashore. Sally Seashells told seashells by the seashore.
Perfect. And I won't put Nelson or Adrian on the spot unless they want to. Oh, Kendall, you're ready. Welcome back. All right, so let's give you the stage, and you'll do your performance, and then we'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Make sure I have the stage. It's all you want, isn't it? You know, that's what you do. You create drama in the family for the attention of it all, okay? You're never happy, and I don't know why. I don't know, unless somebody's talking about you, it always constantly has to be about you. Did you know that our parents are about to get a divorce? Because of what you are doing? And I don't think you want that, and neither do I. The drama that you create is it's ruining our family, Marcia. And I'm tired of it, so why can't you just be normal for one day? It's not that hard. You can, I don't know, I can make you a list of good things that you can do, and maybe people will start to think of you in a good way instead of associating drama with it. Don't you want to feel good about yourself? It's not that hard.
All right, big round of applause for Kendall Monroe opening up the show today. All right, let's put you back in group view, Kendall. Group view. So, I like when we're not always screaming and yelling and crying and laughing over the top, where it's kind of just, you know, you're riding the wave and riding the beats and just kind of, there's a lot more talking in Hollywood than there is screaming and yelling, right? So the more that we find those opportunities just to communicate and listen and move your scene forward, that's what I want to start getting into. Let's jump into Adrian really quick. Your thoughts on this monologue?
Yeah, I like the listening. I registered, you know, that you were doing a lot more listening this time, and this is a different pace than you've done before, I think. Yeah. So I was doing a little bit of catch up with it. I really enjoyed it. there's a lot of layers that you're playing with levels. And like Tony says, you know, conversation is conversation. And it's difficult when you're playing against an imaginary person, as opposed to having someone give you feedback to work from. Given that circumstance, I think you did really, really well. The only thing I would be careful of is throwing away the ending. That it just sort of dies off. And you could hit that with a bit more of a button to complete the scene. Give it a little bit more strength. Otherwise, bravo.
Thank you, Adrian. I always hear people go, well, do you want me to do a monologue or a scene? And I try to remind everyone, a monologue is a scene. It's just you're the one that happens to be speaking at the moment. But never forget, there's somebody else in the scene with you. Okay, very good. Jonny, first time watching anybody on this stage. Any thoughts on what you thought of Kendall's performance?
Yeah, you really brought realness and intensity to your character. I would say that I really bought into the scene. One piece of advice, every time you do this scene, just keep adding different layers to your character and play with things. See what you like, and you'll have this on video, obviously. So keep playing with different layers and see what you like.
Thank you, thank you. And then last but not least, Nelson. I know you saw her when she was in a car and she was rushing off to a red carpet and she had tons of makeup on. This is the Kendall that I see each week, and I don't know if you noticed a difference from the last time you were here.
Yeah, I thought today you were definitely connected. You had some nice moments. You know, you were confident with your work. By the end, when you moved in a little bit more, you know, that seemed to work for me as far as the tape goes. The only thing I wanted to see a little differently is having a stronger moment before, so that we're really clear on like your surroundings. Again, those moment befores and moment afters, especially nowadays with Zoom things, are so darn important. And the only other thing is, whatever you have on the right side of in your bedroom there, wherever you're at, is kind of distracting. So again, you don't want to have, I mean, I know, like, if you look at my office here, you obviously see a lot of stuff back there, but that's not good for self-tapes. You know, self-tapes or Zoom meetings, you don't want all that stuff generally. You want to have a plainer background, so I'm not distracted by anything else that could be going on, you know, so we can really stay just focused on your performance.
If you were to have her do it again, what kind of direction would you give her and see if she took your direction?
I would, you know, start by creating that moment before, like what's going on in the scene, Kendall?
So my sister just got into an argument with our parents because she's been creating drama. So I walk into her bedroom.
Okay, so if in the, you know, if you move in or do something that, you know, shows me that you're entering a new space or something, just create the world for me. I would mainly want to see that you really create the world of kind of what's going on here before, you know, you start on your first line.
Okay.
So Kendall, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Remember how we played with business months ago, and you know, whether it was folding clothes, just anything. Can you do, like, it might affect your sound a little bit, but can you use your space like it's a set and come into it and maybe fold clothes and then commit to your intention and just see if you can bring some business to it, bring some life to it.
Could you give me a minute so I can go grab some clothes?
Yep. And I will see who's going to go next. Ethan, you're prepared to go next?
I just need to get situated just a little bit.
So go get situated because you're coming right up. And Ella, tell me a riddle.
Can I find one really quick?
Yes. You know what? Let's go to your voiceover. So
Oh, okay.
So let's do the voiceover piece. I don't know if Nelson's seen it. He may have. If you have, I apologize. So Kendall, I know you're prepping and I know you're the stage director. If you could do me a favor before you do your business, could you play Ella's cartoon that she's going to do the voiceover to? Okay, so we're gonna send it over to screen share, and Ella, you're gonna bring this to life. So really commit to, like, really bring this character to life. So really, your grunts and your groans and all that Foley, you're gonna do your own Foley, okay? All right, let's screen share this little commercial. This little cartoon. It's in the Ella link. You turn on your mic so I can hear you. What's going on,
Yeah,
Kendra?
the email's
Sorry.
just long, so I'm just scrolling down it. Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. So we'll screen share.
Okay.
And here we go. You ready, Ella?
I'm ready.
Bring it to life.
Oh gosh, there's a person in my closet. I just gotta get him out. Ugh. Where is he? Oh gosh. So funny. Ew. Is he dead? Or is he alive? I mean, I've never seen a person in my closet. Ugh. Gotta pull. Ugh. That was heavy. How much does he eat? No! No! Stop! You're gonna wake him up. No! Don't! Ugh. You're kidding me.
Is this hair?
Struggling,
Yes, and it's my
struggling
hair.
is pointless.
Huh?
All right, cut. So we'll cut this. Let's go back to our group share. And Jonny, so Ella Grace wants to be a voiceover actor. So we've had her play with this a little bit and try to bring some life to it. Obviously, there's no lines there. So she's just trying to fill in some space so you don't see the lips moving. But any comments on seeing her as a voiceover actor?
Yeah, I definitely thought you brought a lot of funness, if that's a word, to the scene. You were animated. Maybe step up the animation and your voiceover a little bit higher, because bigger is better. I mean, we see the cartoon, but we got to hear your voice. We heard it great. I'm just saying you definitely want to make a big impact with your voice.
Sounds good.
So
Thank you.
yeah.
Adrian, any thoughts on this week?
I'll go with Jonny. Ella, just bigger. I mean, you can have, you've done this before, and I'd like to see you do it bigger, than what you have in the past, because we can always pull it back. And I would like to see, it become a little bit more theatrical for a cinema version of it, an animation, and then we can sort of tailor it back a little bit.
No, I agree 100%. And Nelson, I don't know if you saw this last time you were here. We were just trying to experiment. Okay, so she wants to be a voiceover actress really badly. And so I'm starting to have her play with different cartoons, pulling volume down and trying to, bring the intention and bring the character and bring, just life to it. I do feel, Ella, you were a little subdued on this one because maybe I just threw it at you so you didn't have time to prepare. But I have seen you do it bigger and fuller, and so that's just my watching.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah, so and we always say the best audition's on the ride home. So if we gave you a second chance, could you bring it like bigger and expressive?
Yeah.
But let's talk to Nelson really quick. So
So the first thing I'd say is, Ella, you're sitting down, right?
I'm sitting down.
Yeah, I would rarely be sitting down for voiceover audition, because the thing is that for voiceovers, it's all about your voice. So you have to have your body ready to move. And I feel like if you were standing, I feel like there'd be more animation with your body, which would then carry through into your voice. So I feel like that's my first note, like always stand up. And I feel like you would just get into it a little bit more, and on parts of it, the volume of the movie was louder than you. So I didn't really hear certain lines. So I don't know if just that's my reception I'm getting on you. But it was a little subdued. So those are kind of my thoughts and notes.
Adrian?
Yeah, just following on what Nelson just said, Ella, by standing, whenever I've done ADR work with actors, looping, I'll always get the actors to physically do the actions that they're repeating on screen with dialogue, so that there's exertion in the voice. So when you're doing the pull, physically do it, and your voice will change with the movement, and it will go on and off mic a little bit, so it'll have a lot more reality check to it, not a constant steady voice. Just 2 cents.
No, I love it. So Ella, you want to try it one more time?
Of course.
This is the one, right? This is the ride home. So really bring it, like really go for it, okay? Be willing to be loud and expressive and just really engage, okay? All right, here we go. One more time.
Okay, there's a person in my closet. Okay, I just gotta get him out before Mom finds out. Oh gosh, that was scary. Well, is he dead or is he alive? This has never happened. He's heavy. How much does this person eat? No, Pascal, don't do it, stop. You're gonna wake him up. Stop it. It probably hurts. No, don't think of that. No! He's awake.
Is this hair?
Yes, and it's my hair.
Struggling is pointless.
Cut. All right, back to group view. All right. I know you have more in you, Ella, but let's talk to Nelson really quick.
I thought it was stronger, but I still don't feel like you really went for it. And what I mean by that is, like, who's your best friend?
Birdie.
Okay, so I bet with Birdie, you get silly and goofy and loud and, like, you know, imagine you're just having a sleepover with your girlfriend, you know. I just feel like you just didn't go there, you know.
Yeah.
So you got to take more risks. And with voiceovers and animation, you know, the stuff is like all over the map vocally. So I feel like you needed to, you know, still do it another 50% more.
No, I totally understand.
Yeah. All right, Ella. So we'll keep working on that. I just think, you know, and we all actors have that. Some days we're sharper than other days, and I threw this at you, and so that could be one curveball. But there's no excuse, right? Whenever you get an opportunity, you want to show your best. And so what I would do this week is I'd really work on breaking being timid. I would animation, like you said, bigger, but from truth, right? We don't just be bigger to be bigger. We have to come from substance. Okay. And you're 11 years old?
Yes, I'll be 12 in 14 days.
Yes, you will. You'll have a happy birthday soon. So again, let's give Ella a big round of applause. Thank you so much. So Ethan, are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am.
What are you doing for us? Are you doing obviously a monologue, comedy or drama?
Yeah.
Is it comedic or dramatic? Ethan?
Yeah.
Is it comedic or dramatic?
Dramatic. I couldn't really hear you. It was lagging. Sorry.
Yeah, no, so just make sure you always cut your head off as you're doing right now. So you have to know your frame because you're in a Zoom box. So, you know, when you walk in, just make sure you know you don't cut your head off.
Okay. All right, put it.
Okay, show me how you're going to move into frame. I want to see your final frame.
Okay.
Move into your final frame where you're going to land. Is that where you're going to land? See how your head's cut off?
Okay, I'm going
So
right.
You got to counter the difference. You got to split the difference by moving your monitor up more. There you go. Now come into your final frame. So walk into it.
Just delete.
There you go. So you guys have to do your own camera work while we're on Zoom. Your own lighting, your own sound. Okay, come in.
Okay.
Move into your final frame. And action, show me your final frame. Okay, there you go. So make your comment. Okay, so here we go. Give him the stage, and everyone mute your mics.
Hey, can we talk? It's about you and me. Let me just jump to conclusion. Just why always do you have to be such a loser to me all the time? You always treat me like dirt. It's like we're not even brothers. You never want to hang out and you're always mean to me. Especially when you're with your different friends that are so cool. God forbid, I'm even in the same room with you when your friends stop over. You always tell me to leave and like shut my mouth and just close the door on me. It's my house too, and I don't have to go into another room just because you say so. Just because you're like the oldest sibling in the house doesn't make you the boss of me. It's just like I want to kill myself of like who I am. I wanted you to spend as much time with me as you could before you went to college. But you're never there for me. Not even as a friend, let alone a brother. You don't even know who I am. And we live together. It's pathetic. Really, it is. I hope that one day you stop trying to be acting so cool and start treating me like someone you actually care about in your life. Nothing would be cooler and more important than that, just so you know. And then that scene.
All right, let's go back to group. Round of applause for Ethan. So little sound distortion. I'm not sure what was going on, if it was on my end or the internet, but that's what we have to deal with here on Zoom. For me, and I'm just being honest with everybody, it was a little, maybe you haven't done it in a while, maybe it's a little rusty, kind of going up on a couple words and lines and stuff, just being honest with you. How did you feel?
I felt good. I tried to add like more, so it made it feel real.
Improving some?
Yeah.
That's fine. You took a risk, and I commend you on that. Always take a risk. What's your intention? What are you trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to accomplish to change my brother so that before he goes to college, I can finally like have the brother I feel like I've never had.
So were you confronting him almost man to man, or respect to respect?
I was just confronting him like seriously, basically like man to man, but I was trying to have like my temper so that like my mom and dad like don't hear and then get in on this.
Right. So did you feel yourself almost, and I'm going to be really honest with you, how old are you? You're
12.
You're 12. I'm going to treat you like you're 25. You were kind of whining, right? You were coming across whiny, right? So let's take the whine away and let's confront him. Like if you said man to man, then go to him. Like, I'm putting my foot down. This is how it's going to be. And you don't get to say anymore versus the whining, right? Do you understand the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk to our other guests tonight. Let's go to Adrian really quick. And I think I might have you do it one more time if you can promise me you'll take that direction, okay? All right, so Adrian, any thoughts?
Yeah, this is different to the other scene where you explode at him. Mm-hmm. And I think you can, like Tony said, it came across whiny. And you were also off the edge of frame a lot, and really know your frame for camera, because it was distracting to see which way you were looking. So if you're going to put your brother right in the center of the lens, and as we've said in the past, it's okay to look away, which you did once or twice. I thought it was really good, but just keep grounded in your mode, what your intent is. And it doesn't have to be shouting. It doesn't have to be, it's conversational, but firm. You want to get a point across. Okay?
All right,
thank you. Tony's points were really.
Thank you, Adrian. Johnny Vegas, any comments on?
Yeah, Ethan, great job. I just want you to slow down a little bit with the dialogue. Some of those lines, they're really impactful if you just let it sink in a little bit. So deliver it with, be authoritative, but let that line sink in a little bit. Just slow it down before you get to that next word.
Thank you, Johnny. And Nelson, any comments before he does it one more time?
So, Ethan, can you turn your mic on for a second?
Yeah.
So, do you have a brother?
No, I have a sister. Two.
How old's your sister?
18.
Okay, and how old is this brother that you're talking to in the scene?
The same age.
Have you ever wanted your sister to do anything?
Yeah.
And has there ever been times in your life where your sister just doesn't want to do it?
Lots, kind of.
Okay, and how does that make you feel?
Upset and sad and annoyed.
Okay, upset, sad, and annoyed. Okay, so those 3 words, you should play the scene and have the scene go somewhere. So you should be annoyed at some point. You should be upset at some point. You should be so all those things that you just said that you get with your sister, I need to see that throughout the whole scene. So there's a range and an arc to the scene. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So maybe you start, like, what's the first line you say?
Why do you have to be such a loser to me all the time?
So are you angry there? Are you frustrated? What are you there? What's that line? Where are you coming from on that first line?
I'm annoyed, I would say.
Okay. What would you need to be to raise the stakes with your first line?
Upset.
Upset. So maybe you come in because it's like you're so fed up, with your brother, and so you come in and you storm into that first line, you throw that first line, and then your brother just sits there and doesn't react, and then you give it a beat there. And then what's your next line?
You literally treat me like dirt all the time.
So again, you're upset, you say that first line, and then again, he treats you like dirt again because he doesn't even say anything there. So then again, that gives you the motivation to say that second line. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So can you actually try that, just that first section? Let's see where you come from.
Yeah.
So come in. Let's try it. So what did your brother just do just now that ticked you off before you walk in? What just happened?
We had a huge fight. Like, he may have punched me in the stomach.
Okay. And so you're done walking back in the room to confront him?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So go. And whenever you're ready, come on in action.
Why do you have to be such a loser?
I'm going to stop you. If you're angry, come in like you're angry. You kind of like walked in like kind of slowly. Like actually storm in. Like you're freaking furious at him.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Look at me. Why do you gotta be such a loser to me all the time? You literally treat me like dirt. It's like we're not even brothers. You never want to hang out with me, first of all.
Okay, but just a second, let me stop you. You're going back into the whining thing. You have to take time for your brother to look at you, and then you still have to react. See, acting is reacting. And it's those moments in between that I need to see. It's not just about the line. It's about those moments in between that I have to see how it makes you feel. I have a question. In your family, do you talk about feelings?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. I wouldn't know that looking at a lot of your reactions, and I'll tell you why. In most of your performance, you came off very deadpan to me, and I have no idea how you're feeling emotionally about things. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find that range of emotions, and I got to see what's going on behind you, I mean, there's a concept of masking. I don't know if you guys have talked about masking and scene work yet, but you're masking so much that I don't really even know where you're coming from. So I got to see the reactions visually, not just in your tone of voice, but I have to see it on your face too.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I know I'm pushing you real hard, and you're doing great. But again, when you're working as a director, if you have a producer session, that's what they're going to do. They're going to really work with you to get this stuff out of you, so that you can really, kill it on your performance. So can you do it one more time, and just don't try to not whine. Let's do the whining later. Let's just come in anger, and then let's see hurt. First let's start with anger, and then let me see how it transitions into he ignores you and you just feel hurt.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah, cool.
Great. Let's try it.
Hey, why do you have to be such a loser to me all the time? You literally treat me like dirt. It's like we're not even brothers.
Pause.
Never ever want to hang out with me. And you're always so mean to me, especially when you're with your goddamn friends. God forbid I'm even in the same room with you when your freaking friends stop over. You always tell me to leave. It's my house too, and I don't have to go into another room just because you say so. Just because you are older doesn't make you the boss of me. You were never, ever there for me, let alone as a friend, not even a brother. Seriously, you don't even know who I am. It's like I don't even exist. We live together. Come on. You're being pathetic. Stop acting like a fool and a jerk. I just hope one day you stop trying to act so cool. Start treating me like someone you actually care about in your life. Nothing would be cooler and more important to me than that, just so you know.
Okay, so good. So Ethan, the one thing you got to start really working on a little bit more is being okay with silence and pauses, because you're rushing through all the beats. You're not taking those moments that, sometimes when you're talking and someone reacts, you don't even say anything for like 4 seconds, So you got to be okay with not just, I think you've memorized the lines so many times that you just have it in your head. And it's coming off sing-songy and it's coming off a little bit whiny, So you gotta be okay with the pauses and the silences and parts, And I don't know if you're recording this, go back and take a look at this so you can actually start to see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, but good job, Tony. I know I went on and I ranted a little bit, but I wanted to try to make a couple points.
That's exactly what I want. I want these guys to understand that casting directors, producers, creators, writers, we all come at the same approach, and that's truth. And truth is listening and responding. And so to hear it from multiple people, Nelson, is exactly what they need to hear. If I'm always telling them, they're just like, that's what Tony's saying. So I'm sharing that we tend to think alike when we make projects. So Nelson, thank you. Adrian, I know you had your hand up.
Yeah, Ethan, you have your sister there, right?
Yeah.
Can you guys write?
Yeah.
You're good at writing?
Yeah.
Okay. Or even improvising. Have her do the scene with you. Mm-hmm. And you're talking, and change the words to sister.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can relate. And have her do the scene with you. And you'll understand what Nelson is saying about pauses, because she will give you feed lines that you have to then think about. And you'll be able to play off her eye line, her expressions. And that should help you slow down and start to understand the listening process. Because Jonny and Nelson said the same thing. Basically, you're not taking the time to absorb the thought process of what's going on and the emotional impact it's having on you. And that's all it is. I mean, you've got so much going for you, and at such a young age, I think this would just help shortcut the process to show you what we're trying to say to you. And then you can do it again without her there, but knowing the process of what it means to listen in a scene like that. Okay.
All right, thank you, Adrian. And that's what I was talking about, Ethan, is it's never just a monologue, right? It's never just saying words, right? Even though the words are together on the page that you're learning, it is a scene. And there is somebody that you are communicating with, okay? So I don't want to belabor this anymore. Next week, I want you to do some privates with me so that we can really work on this. And we'll listen to what our guest said, and we'll try to incorporate in your growth, okay? You are growing a lot. You've come a long way, and you got a long way to go, but you are growing. I am seeing you're headed in the right direction, okay? So, all right. And I know we haven't done privates in a while, but I can tell you sometimes you can notice a difference when you get rusty, right? So if we want to do this for real, we need to stay in this is our instrument, and we need to use it. And we need to be flexible and stretch and work out and just understand your instrument. But we'll get into that, okay? I know Reagan has to go. So Reagan, did you want to do what you had to do before?
Oh yes, I was trying to say I have to get off in like 15-ish minutes.
So
So
why don't we have you do your scene or your monologue now?
I thought my mom told me I only was doing Friends.
Well, let's attempt that then. Okay. Do you guys think you can pull this off? I have not worked with this combination of actors. Do you guys want to attempt this?
We got
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's good to always take risks.
All right, let's go for it. So Kelsey Maria is going to open us up with her mandolin. Holden is a new character.
I'll be
There's a
Joey
ukulele.
and Ross. Is that okay? Or
Yeah, you guys do whatever you want to do, but just commit to it. Have fun.
Yeah, no,
Hold on, let me pull
you
up the
should just
script
do Ross
because I'm playing Rachel now. Okay, hold on.
Okay. Remember, guys, line on line. I don't want any dead air. I don't want too long delays. I want to jump on our cues, know your cue line before you, and treat it like real theater. You guys you can't miss your beats.
All right,
What?
Can I have like 2 seconds, please?
Yes, I need to find the dog.
Okay. Well, I would do filler, but all you guys are prepping. So, hey, Jonny. So I appreciate you being here. So normally we go through the commentary a little bit quicker, but I wanted today, since it's such a small class, to really treat this like an acting class versus a showcase. So today's more about helping us maybe have breakthroughs with some of the actors and just push them to the next level. But usually we just rip through this and we get some, commentary, and we move on. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to interrupt, but Mila's here.
Yeah, let her in.
Okay.
Wow.
So do you still want me to do Rachel?
If you want, it's entirely up to you. Mila, can you?
I'll do it.
What's that?
Hi, how's it going? Sorry.
I'll do it.
You'll do it? Okay. Yeah. So is everybody ready?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Kelsey,
hold on.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm ready. It's fine. Whatever.
Okay. So let's put it on stage view this time, because before we did it on group view. Let me see if this plays different on stage view. And Mila, Kendall's going to play your part, so you can just watch this one, and then and we'll have some comments. Welcome. I'm glad you made it. She was on. I think you were on set, weren't you, Mila? Or you were doing?
I was in a recording studio. Yeah.
She's making her album, so really proud of you. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
All right, guys, here we go. So you guys ready?
Teacher Tony, quick question. We might not have somebody to play the man. Do you happen to still have the script? Maybe?
I'll do it. You can steal my donut.
All right.
Okay, so let's put us on stage view. Or stage view.
Stage view.
You guys ready? Okay, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Kelsey.
Can we start over? I forgot the song that Phoebe sings.
That's the perfect character right there. Just go with it. Just stay in that character. It's what is it, Kendall, or what is it, Reagan?
Smelly cat,
smelly cat. Oh, smelly.
Okay. All right, back to one. Back to one. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and smelly cat.
Smelly cat, what are they feeding you?
All finished here?
Yeah.
Great.
Wait, did you just eat my donut?
You said you were done.
Whatever, dude.
Great.
Okay, so here are the tips from this morning. So 50 for me, 50 for Jan, and then Joey owes me $8.
What?
For all the free food you gave away.
Well, if it's free food, then how come you're charging me for it?
Because, Joey, you only give free food if it's somebody's birthday.
Well, what if they came third in a modeling contest?
No. Okay, how many times do I have to tell you? You don't give away free food, not even to people in, like, I don't even know what you're talking about, some type of modeling contest. You just don't give it away.
Well, what about...
No. You don't give it away.
Oh my gosh, some of these bags weigh so much.
Jill, how did you pay for this? I thought your dad took away your credit card.
I've known that number for the past, like, since I was 15 years old. Like, seriously. But anyways, look at all this cool making on my own stuff I got, okay? This is my don't you want to hire me sweater? And these are my don't you want to rent me this apartment pants?
I don't think charging new clothes to your dad's credit card qualifies as making it on your own.
Okay, Mr. Technical.
Seriously, I don't think Rachel's gonna think it's a good idea.
Okay, so who made her queen of the world?
I would love that job.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jill, did you shop?
No, they did.
Yeah, we went shopping.
You went shopping. And what, you just came here and paraded it under Jill's nose when you know she's trying to quit? Wow, guys. Not cool.
Sorry,
Jill.
So what'd you get?
Well, I got this I want a job sweater.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got these apartment pants.
Apartment pants?
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Well, of course I've heard of apartment pants. Russ, what did you get?
I got this.
A pashmina?
Yeah. I love these babies.
Really? Ross, what is a pashmina?
It's a rug.
Jill?
I'm so sorry, Rachel.
Come on, you actually think I'm gonna believe that? I invented that.
All right. But I am sorry, though.
Okay. I mean, it's just a little setback, but just don't let it happen again, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now since Daddy paid for all of this stuff, I should take it away, but I'm just gonna take the pashmina and the pants. Oh, those are nice pants. And you know what? Actually, I'm just gonna take it all because that way you'll really learn your lesson. Also, alrighty, now I'm going to go run a couple errands, and I will see you guys at dinner.
She took all my stuff.
Yeah. Everything except for the little blue one.
Oh my God, Ross, that's the best one. Thank you.
Well, hey.
Oh my gosh, that was so lame. By the way, like a pashmina could be a rug.
Oh yeah, and how about you with the old? I'm sorry.
I was not like that at all.
What about the apartment pants? How dumb was I?
So, Roz, were you this cute in high school?
Oh, stop.
Oh, no, you stop.
No, you stop.
No, you stop.
Okay, why don't I just get in the middle and then you'll both stop?
How you doing? I heard you have a good memory. You think it's better than mine?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, all right. Prove it. What's your daddy's credit card number?
Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
All right, thanks.
Did Joey just try to steal my daddy's credit card number?
You just counted to 16.
Well, you think I'm really gonna give him all of my dad's credit card number? I'm not that stupid.
Hey, cookies on the house.
Thanks. You're weird.
Didn't I just tell you not to do that?
No, I put it on my tab.
Okay, how are you gonna pay for that?
With my new credit card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Did you just count to 16?
Yes, he did.
Okay, Joey, that's it. You're fired.
Got it. See you tomorrow at 9.
So I hear there's a job opening. Where do I apply?
Phoebe, you already work here.
Oh, that's right. That's a stupid hat. Smelly cat, what are they feeding you?
All right, cut. All right, guys. Obviously, we we have not rehearsed this in a very long time, so it was very rusty, but it was still fun. It's still a listening exercise. I definitely have to tell you guys were listening, because you guys were all freaking out about what's the next cue. You guys had grabbed other people's character. So I would say this was the dress rehearsal, which they say a bad dress rehearsal, great opening. So we're going to have a great opening, in other words. But you guys were listening up until the end. You made a comment about 16. They only counted to 12. You made a comment about a hat. Nobody's wearing a hat except me. And so you guys really need to listen and look at your environment and adapt, right? And play in the moments, because in the beginning, when you guys didn't know your lines, you guys were listening better because you had to, because you were fighting for your life, because you didn't know what was coming. But then you guys started getting comfortable. You started getting your rhythm, and then you started missing some pretty obvious things. But for the most part, you guys had no rehearsals as these characters. You took a risk, and I commend you on taking a risk. But I have seen you guys do this better. Okay, that's my 2 cents. Adrian, Carr, I know you've got your photo up. Are you still with us? In the meantime, I'm going to go to Johnny Vegas. So Johnny,
Yeah.
any thoughts?
Yeah, so for me, I thought there was great timing and chemistry. This is the first time I've seen you guys do this. And I know you said there were some cues that were missed, but for me watching it, I thought it flowed very well. And there wasn't any noticeable lag in between lines for me.
Cool, I appreciate it, Johnny. Yeah, it's really challenging. I wanted to see if on a Zoom class like this, if we could, because there is a delay just in the technology, I wanted to see if we could kind of do a sitcom style performance. And it's still really rough, and I don't know if it's the right format to do it in, but let's go to Nelson really quick.
No, I enjoyed it. I like the format. I think that it was just, since it wasn't as rehearsed, I feel like there were just some beats that like were a bit choppy. I just had a couple technical notes just for a couple people.
Mm-hmm.
So Kelsey, just one thing, just with your hair, you got to make sure that it doesn't, like, sometimes it'll cut off your eyes, and so you might want to like just pin your hair back a little bit better. And then Reagan, just another 2 things on your background. Green backgrounds in general, I've seen aren't as effective. So you might want to just rethink your green background. Many times green backgrounds can, and for you it wasn't as evident to me today, but I just know that I know it pops, but I find that when I have clients that have callbacks or like get bookings, it's rarely with a green background from what I've noticed. So just rethink that. And then also it says iPhone next to your name. So your name's not really up there. So if you're going to...
Oh, it's not? Oh, I didn't know that.
Nope. So again, technology wise, you want to figure, I don't even know how to do that, but I'm just saying from the producer standpoint, if a producer director's watching this, then your name's not there, they're going to then make a mistake maybe when writing something down about you or something. They're just going to call you the iPhone girl or something, but make sure that you fix that for future tapes that you have with directors or producers.
Thank
Cool,
you.
cool. Thank you, Nelson.
So those are my notes. And Tony, I hate to say that I need to log off here now because I have to be at another thing here at 7.
Sounds good. I just wanted to give you a couple props. So Nelson, you are a manager. You've been doing this a long time. You've had a lot of great clients, a lot of success with some of the major networks. You do have a platinum record behind your head. Real quick, just tell us a little bit about who you are for this recording, so anyone watching this can know that Nelson runs and owns a top management firm.
Gotcha. Well, I've been a talent manager for 29 years now, and we have a lot of working actors. On any given day, I have, clients getting on planes, getting off planes in different cities and, shooting projects. So we're just always out there trying to find, that next talent that we feel that we can do something with and help get to the next level.
And you do have a platinum record behind your head. That's yours or your group's?
Yeah, we have a client named Malcolm David Kelly, and he was in a group called MKTO. And yeah, Malcolm's a kid that I've repped since he was age 5 years old, and now he's 28. So we have a lot of clients that we've had on our roster for years.
Well, thank you, Nelson. I appreciate you coming back. I appreciate you looking at some of the kids, and we're just grateful that you once again watched BSA Live stage. So enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, everyone say bye to Nelson.
Bye.
Bye, Mr. Nelson.
Bye.
Bye, Nelson.
Bye.
So
Bye.
Adrian, Carr, we got to get our iPhone girl off. Reagan's got to take off. But did you have a chance to watch it, and any comments real quick?
Unfortunately, no. I had a call that I had to take in the middle of it all, and I heard bits of it, but it wasn't enough for me to give it a a judgment call.
So Adrian's a working director. He's got a couple projects that he's currently working on, and we're all getting ready to get out of this COVID lockdown. So we're all right at the gate and getting our shows ready. So this is the time to really have everything prepped. I encourage you guys, when you have great performances, to pull your footage from this stage and add it to your reel until you're out in the field, continually growing your reel with footage on sets. So utilize this, come prepared, come ready. And even if you're late, like I know Mila was working and she's, recording an album, and it's cool. And I know Reese may show up a little bit later, but you're never too late for BSA. Okay. So never feel if you're late, don't show up. Okay. So Mila, we're gonna push you back a little bit because I know Ella's got to jump. iPhone girl Reagan, thank you for coming back and participating in the group scene. We're really grateful that when you do that with us, and come back anytime you want.
I will. Thank you.
Everybody say bye to Reagan. Bye-bye, Reagan.
Bye. Great job.
Bye.
Hi, Reagan.
Bye.
All right, so now we're down to Ella, Mila, Holden, and Kelsey. Kendall's got another piece. Mila, you have something that you're going to do with us today?
Yes, I actually have the monologue that I've done before, but different versions, like from last week. So.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so Kendall, I know we were going to have you do business for Nelson, but time permitting, we'll do it later because that again was for Nelson. So.
Yeah, I can always do that next week for time's sake.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on. So Holden, what do you have for us? I know you have a cold read.
I just pulled up a monologue, but I was gonna say, you said you wanted this class to be short. Maybe I could do it next week and add some, oomph to it.
Sounds good. You did showcase in the Friends scene, our adaptation of Friends. So if you're comfortable with that for today's recording, if you come back next week more prepared, I'd love that.
All right.
Okay, you can stick around as long as you want. So Ella, I know you're on a different time zone than us. So are you ready to do your piece real quick?
I am. Here, hold on. Let me do pigtails and let me get my dog.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so let's do topping while she's prepping. She's getting Toto and she's getting her Dorothy pigtails in. So those of you that want to play, Holden, Mila, Kelsey.
What game is this?
This is topping. So this is I've had a better day than you had.
Oh, okay.
All right, so here we go. This is to Kendall. Kendall, man, I'm having just the best day. I'm getting some great guests showing up every week. The show's looks like it's getting picked up for network, and we even got a magazine coming out. I mean, top that.
Actually, Tony, guess what? I just got a new pair of Air Jordans today.
Uh-oh, Holden.
Oh, you think that's good? Well, I just got Rubio special lobster tacos.
Mila.
That's great. I got 2 pairs of Air Forces. Sorry, Kendall. But I also got an iPhone 12.
Uh-oh, Kelsey Lee.
You think that's great? I forgot to tune my ukulele and it worked for the scene.
Oh my God, you think that's great? I actually bought 10 ukuleles and there always one's going to be in tune.
Wow, you think that's good? Well, my family just bought Disneyland.
Woo-hoo. Holden.
Well, you think that's good? My family just bought Universal Studios.
Mila.
Well, you think that's great? Apparently, I was the seller of Tony's ukuleles, and actually, it turns out none of them are in tune.
You think that's great? You think that's great? I'm sorry, but I just married a prince, and now I'm a part of the royal family.
All right, let's do. You think that's weird, man, Kelsey? That's weird, but I stubbed my toe and realized that my blood's blue. Holden.
You think that's weird? For some reason, I get random ice pains in my feet.
You think that's weird? My cat barks.
Ella. You want to play Ella? Ella. You think that's weird?
Yeah, sure. You think that's great? I just got some pudding.
Nice. We're doing that weird. Mila, that's weird.
You think that's weird? Well, I'm so weird that everything I say is going to be out of the ordinary, so I don't even have to say anything special.
And
You
Kelsey,
think
you
think that's weird? I was abducted by aliens, and now I'm their alien queen.
All right. Big round of applause. These are just little interstitials, little games we play in between while you're prepping. I always want you guys to be prepared. So we've got Toto there, and we've got Dorothy. And are you ready to do your scene?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's give her the stage. Big round of applause for Ella Grace doing Wizard of Oz. Mute your microphones if you can. Everyone mutes.
But it wasn't a dream. It was a place. And you and you and you and even you were there. But you couldn't have been, could you? No, Aunt Em, this was a truly live place. Oh, I remember some of it wasn't very nice, but most of it was beautiful. But just the same as home, all I kept saying to everybody was, I want to go home. And they sent me home. Doesn't anybody believe me? But anyway, Toto, we're home. Home. And this is my room. And you're all here. And I'm never going to leave here ever, ever again. Because I love you all. And, oh, Auntie Em, there's no place like home.
All right, big round of applause. Let's go back to group view. So I think it's getting better, and I'm really impressed. I think the dog is just adorable. I think we took direction there. I know she added a couple focal points for the different characters. You took direction, I think, from Adrian on that, and you brought that. So she listened. What do you think, Adrian?
Yeah, I think it's getting really close.
Yeah. I have little post-it notes that I put on my wall that says like Scarecrow, Lion, Tin Man. But they kept falling off, so.
But I think there was one or two little moments, and I can't recall the lines of dialogue, that it felt a little bit learned. How do we say that, Tony? Like predicting.
Staging. Resulting.
Resulting.
Yep.
It was. I'd have to hear it again to remember where it was, and it was sort of then reflected in the very last line as well. When you say there's no place like home, the warmth that Dorothy feels at that moment, it was just like a little bit rushed at the end. It was like the culmination of everything coming to that one point, and all the adventures that you've been on, the danger, the fun, the friends that you made, and you're now back in this reality, but it's made you feel so full that there's no place like home.
Mm.
And that's where the love is. And I think that's what you need to capture that in that final line, because that's the feeling we will take away with us. And Toto was great.
Thank you.
Toto got the part.
Please.
Vegas,
So
first
Yeah.
time seeing this. I know everybody knows the movie, but Ella Grace's interpretation.
Yeah, I really enjoyed your interpretation of this character and scene. I would piggyback on what Adrian said a little bit. Just that last line, you really don't want to throw that line away. Meaning, that's the line you want to hit it out of the ballpark. But great job, and there's not much critique I could say.
All right, big round of applause for Ella Grace. I love her risk. She's taking chances. She's trying different things. We're not doing her British accent this week for the first time. We're going to break away from that life raft that we know you can do so well, and we're just going to keep stretching. Okay, so Ella, I know you have to jump off. You stay as long as you want, but I know you're 3 hours ahead of us. So
yeah, if it's short, I could stay on because
yeah, we're going to do Mila and Kelsey, and then we're going to call it a day.
Yeah, I could stay on.
Okay, love it. So who goes next, Kelsey or Mila? Are you good, Kelsey? You want to go now?
My monologue is a little bit emotional.
Okay, let's go. We'll go last. So Mila, are you prepared to do?
Yes, I'm ready. So this week, okay, I did this monologue last week, and some people interpret it as I was doing it as more of a spoiled, like, rich bratty character, which was like, I kind of had that entitled mindset going into it, but I hadn't really completely decided. But after people interpreted that, I was like, okay, let me commit to that, and I can do it twice and do the complete opposite version. So it's up to you.
Okay,
but
well, let's see the first interpretation.
Yes.
So let's give Mila Neighbors a big round of applause, and let's give her the stage, Kendall. Everyone mute your microphones.
Well, good morning, world. My best friend tested positive for COVID, and now I'm in complete and utter isolation. Walls are still blue, and food is still being slipped under my door, and people are still gone. You know, I mean, it's day 13 of absolute isolation, loneliness, and complete utter boredom. I mean, listeners, which probably aren't any, and I really don't mean to start on a low note, but I'm going to go insane if I have to deal with myself for just one more day. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that I haven't driven myself up a wall yet. The routine is the same, and my room is the same. Everything's the same. If anything's not the same, it's probably me. I've learned to somewhat cope with the silence and somewhat contain myself to this room in which I can't leave. I mean, things are bad. Really bad, to say the least. Nowadays, conversations consist of me tussling with my horrible thoughts or barking it back at my Pomeranian who has to sit on the other side of my door. I just miss going downstairs, seeing my family, talking to my friends, just saying hi to somebody, just saying hi to people on the way to class. Heck, even this dreaded small talk, the awkward conversations that nobody wanted. You know, I'd give anything to be in person giving an awkward presentation just one more time. I'd give anything to ask my crush out to prom just one more time. I mean, you really don't know how annoying you are until you have to talk to a computer screen, and only a computer screen 24/7. Frankly, this whole thing is pointless. What I'm doing right now, it's pointless. I mean, I don't even know if anyone's watching this. No one seems to care. I mean, no one even responds. Well, I'm just gonna go bark at my dog some more. Got nothing better to do. Guess I'll see you tomorrow.
And cut. Round of applause. That was great, Mila. I like your choice. Now, you guys can see when you make a clear-cut choice and decision and you commit to it, it drives the scene. You know, I might have barked at the very end at my dog, like, woo, you know, who knows, you know, it's whatever comes up. But no, I really enjoyed this. I think this was one of your better performances for me. Let's go to Adrian, then we'll go to Jonny Vegas.
Yeah, I agree, Mila. The choices were very clear this time. And it worked as the spoiled kid. There was one line where you mentioned about the dog on the other side of the door. I just felt you dropped out of your rich girl persona.
I felt that too.
Just a little moment. It was going so well, and it just once it went flat, it just went out of character.
Yeah.
And then it came back again, and then carried right through to the end. And like Tony said, you know, barking at the dog would have been fun, a fun button to put on the end of the scene.
Okay.
Back to, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I felt that too.
Jonny Vegas. Thank you.
Yeah. Great job. Very good monologue. I really enjoyed that scene, especially with what we're going through nowadays. It's good to see a scene that's in that time frame with this quarantine and pandemic. So great job. I would think maybe one thing you could do is add a little more sarcasm to it, because I definitely got a good laugh at a lot of your choices. And I just think some more sarcasm could add a lot to it.
Okay, thank you so much.
So Mila, do me a favor. You stumbled on the last couple lines, right? You know, so when we're filming and you have a director here, you can take it back because we can cut it together. So can you take it back 2 or 3 lines and give Jonny his sarcasm, and then give us a clear line at the very end, and then bark at the end? Can you just end it really strong for us, and then we'll take 1 and take 2, splice them together, and we might have a nice performance.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that work for Jonny and
my dogs are literally barking right now. So
good. So use it. All right, guys. So let's take it back. Let's give you the stage again. Kendall, give her the stage, and we'll mute, and let's see if she can take direction and action.
I don't even know if anyone's watching this. I mean, No one even cares. I mean, nobody even responds. All right. Well, guess I'm gonna go bark at my dog some more. Got nothing better to do. Guess I'll
All right, and cut. Is that a keeper, Adrian? Can we print take print?
I would. You know how when you finished the scene last time, you went back to your
Yeah.
handset. You could do the same thing, and then, as an afterthought, hit the dog. So you
That's good. I like. Yeah, you're
and then
right.
it's like,
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
So Adrian, I'm going to let you, as direct her like you just did, and then get the camera rolling, and then make it feel like she's on a set, you know.
Okay.
And then he's going to be a director right now, Mila, and this is what you have to deal with on set, as how directors want to get it in the can. And when he's happy, we're moving on. So we'll check the gate, and then we'll move on. So,
okay, so we'll pick it up from the same speech.
Okay.
So just mentally get yourself prepared back into that moment, and we'll roll sound.
Rolling.
Camera.
Rolling.
Mark it.
Scene 1, take 5. Mark.
And in your time.
I don't even know if anyone's watching this. I mean, no one even cares because no one even responds. All right, well, guess I'm gonna go bark at my dog some more. Got nothing better to do. Guess I'll see you tomorrow.
And cut.
That's a cut.
Much better.
Okay.
Let's check the gate.
So, you know, I would, you know, I still think the other takes were stronger. Dropping into a scene is not easy when you're doing pickups. And particularly when there's talk going on and you come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough thing for actors if they don't immediately go straight back into a take, or if you would finish the take, I'd say keep sound rolling, keep camera rolling. Let's just take it back to, and maybe even a little bit further back, so you could get back into that sarcasm that Jonny was talking about.
Yeah.
It was a little bit dry coming back into it.
Okay.
And it's something that's and this is something that happens to actors on set a lot. There's that moment where, if it was on set, makeup and hair would get in there and do little tweaks and and distract you. And having Tony talk to you and Jonny and myself, you're taking all this information in, and while you're taking all that in, the character's slipping away.
Yeah.
So my technique when I work a lot is, if I feel a scene is right there, but it's just the button was a bit off or not strong enough, I would say just take it back to the point of, and then pick it up from there, knowing that the first few lines I wouldn't use anyway. I'm only looking for one specific thing.
Right.
And it's cutting into the tagline and then getting the dog bark. So it comes from experience. So, you know, the more you go through this process, the easier you'll get used to the stop-start thing.
Yeah.
And the focus of hearing what people are saying, because you've done it before when you've been given instructions and direction, and then you perform the scene, and you do it beautifully. So when you do little pickups, it's not as easy, because if you're not used to it, you're not back into that zone.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you. That's very, very good feedback. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Jonny, you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, great job. And I'm sure you'll take this week before the next one to really take the advice and critiques that we gave you. But you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Really good, Mila. I really enjoyed it. And I'm really glad you got to feel what I know you've been on set many, 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 many times, but you've now been on Adrian's set. So, and you'll get on his real set too. Once we get out of COVID, we're going to go meet with Adrian, and we're going to film some real stuff in his garage, in his driveway, his house, and do some real live filming. And I know Adrian will direct that, and I'll produce it for him. Okay, so that's what we're attempting to do, is get back out there and just start doing some physical video reels. Okay,
Awesome.
so very good, Mila. Big round of applause for Mila Neighbors. All right, Kelsey Lee, are you ready? Kelsey Lee. There she is. Are you ready? All right, let's give Kelsey Lee the stage. Everyone mute your microphones. Kelsey Lee.
I keep things in. Things. Emotions. My emotions. I know that's probably not a good thing. Everybody's trying to reach out to me right now, and I just don't want to talk to anybody. Life has made me that way. I have a tendency to show no emotion when I'm really feeling emotion. I guess it's just this shield I put around myself. I have a hard time opening up to somebody. I get closed off. I feel that by being emotional in front of someone kind of makes me feel vulnerable and weak, and that's not a place I like to be, because I get into that bubble and I get into that mindset, and then I feel like I'm not in control, and then when I'm not in control, I get anxiety. Whenever I have truly loved anybody and opened myself up to them, they've always found a way to stab me in the back. It could be anybody. Friends. Boyfriend. Dad, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't trust people, and I'm not sure I've ever truly trusted anybody in my life. It's sort of like this protective shield I've put around myself, and it only gets stronger with time. I do desire to be more vulnerable and open myself up, but at the same time, I have to stay protected. I feel torn, because every time I do take a risk, I get hurt. And I'm not so sure I should keep taking those risks.
All right, that's cut. Big round of applause for Kelsey Lee. Jonny, you've seen Kelsey's work in class. You go to school with her. Any thoughts on her progress here at the digital stage?
Yeah, great job, Kelsey. Every time I've seen Kelsey perform at the Hollywood Actors Showcase, she's always going all in, and the crowd always enjoys her scenes, as well as me and our fellow classmates. This one, I definitely felt the emotions. So you definitely went all in on this character and scene. And a lot of times I see you do comedic roles. So this was a nice venture off of that.
Very good. Thank you, Jonny. I'm glad you could be with us today. Adrian, I know you've seen her work before. Any thoughts?
Kelsey Lee, I think that was terrific. Really did. And I like the denuding of the walls. Because it started to, it supported where you were going as a character. The emptiness. I mean, you could put symbolism there that the friends and people who disappoint you, and you have this void around you, and you don't let anyone in, which is terrific. The protection side of it was playing really well. My only thing is, if I was directing it, and this would have been done in rehearsal, would be, I think it was the second time you leant down, that it could have been nearly played profile and then come back to camera. So have a moment to yourself where we want to spring out. We want to come around and see you.
Could you repeat after what part? I'm sorry, you kind of cut out.
It was where you, I think you leant down twice. It was the second time you leant down. It was after the moon knitted piece had been taken down. There was a beat in there that it would have been nice to have played it away from camera. So you're hiding your feelings a little bit more away from us, like turning away, shutting us out. And to play a good beat or two of that, because we would want to see you. So we're left wanting to see you, and then find the right beat to come back and nail us with the last part of the speech. It's just another technique of acting that, or choreography that can symbolize, play on the symbolism that you're working with. And depending on how it was lit, if it was all silhouette when you turned profile, it would give us more of an emotional connect, because we're trying hard to listen to you,
right?
Rather than having it all presented to camera. Right. And sometimes you play away. What Kirk Douglas used it, and he called it back acting. He would turn his body away from camera, and he would gesture, and then at a certain point he would come back, and it was riveting, because he had taken everything that he wanted to take emotionally with him away from us, so we couldn't see it, even though he was doing lines on camera with his back to us. He would then come back around at a certain point and nail the other character with it. And when he did, it was so strong. But if we'd been watching him all the time on camera, it wouldn't have had the impact.
Right.
So experiment with some of this when you do these monologues, because you're so good at them. And you've got so much creativity. It's just now taking some more risks technically to see what you can do with it.
I was traditionally not going to do the wall thing, but I was thinking the type of monologue that it works. Like turning the lights off, taking all this out. It's like, this is really dark, but like she's considering ending her road down this journey, like her life, I guess you could say, and I was playing around. I'm like, you know what, this might be a really large choice, but you said earlier, you either go big or you go home. So I was like, you know what, if it's too big, that's fine. They can just bring it back. It's better having something to work with than nothing out there at all. So that's why I'm like, I'm just going to turn the lights off, take all this off. Let's see if it works.
That was great. No, I could see where you were going with that. And this would just be another thing I would add to it and try. It may not work. And that's why I would do it in rehearsal, to see if it gave me the right beats and what I could do with camera.
Right.
But great job.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Kelsey Lee, once again, bringing it. So I know Ella's got to jump, so we're going to pretty much wrap up here. So we've got a little special ending that Kendall's going to do. But Ella, any thoughts on the class today? Anything that you'd like to say to Jonny or Adrian?
Yeah, I just thank you for coming, and it was such a pleasure. It's always an honor to be here, and it's the highlight of my week.
Aw, it's so fun having you with us, Ella. Keep coming back. Mila, I know it was a short class for you, but any thoughts that you'd like to share with Jonny Vegas or Adrian Carr?
Well, very nice to meet you, Mr. Jonny. Thank you for coming on. And Adrian, thank you for directing really, really helpful notes and experience, honestly, to kind of get into how it's like to work on. I mean, it's not like it wasn't even that long, but just the idea of taking direction, I think, is really, really important for retaining that kind of sense of being on set. So thank you so much for that. And thank you, Tony. As always, thank you so much. And you guys always do awesome. So
Thank you, Mila. You were great. I know coming from music into acting, it's a
Yeah.
slow transition. So the trick is meditation, relaxation, breathing, knowing your lines.
The same.
Because you're going to go from set to set to set on a feature film for 2 weeks to 2 months or longer. And you need to be able to deal with lights and stuff Adrian was talking about, and people in your face and sound and props. And you got to tune it all out. You got to focus. So this is good training for you guys. Kelsey Lee, any comments for Johnny Vegas, who you know very well, and Adrian Carr, now who you know very well?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank y'all. Johnny did have a point that normally in the past I used to do a lot of comedy, so it's really nice to have that emotional side as well, to do both. And I'm super duper appreciative, and I love hearing and learning new things and trying new things, because it's what acting is about: learning and creativity, trial and error. That's it.
Exactly. And I heard many, many times, and I've tried it many, many times, if you're not failing once in a while on the stage, you're not trying hard enough. You need to push yourself to what you're uncomfortable in and experience listening and being in the moment. And then when you're out there in the real world, it's like home court. Okay. Every one of you guys did great. I'm grateful that we had Nelson come back. I'm grateful when we have these guests return, and we have a lot of great guests coming up the rest of the year through the holiday season. And then we get into 2021, hopefully COVID free, and we can start being on set and working with Adrian and various other producers and start getting our stuff in the can, as they say. Kendall, any comments for our guests?
Yes, thank you so much for coming. Johnny, thank you for coming. And then Adrian, thank you for coming every single week. Yeah, and thank you so much for the feedback and advice, and I'm definitely going to take it.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we had Kendall just experiment really quickly. I'm going to talk to Adrian and Johnny really quick, but Kendall did this little, just really quick impromptu. We're thinking of how we can end our shows. And so she just built this quick little thing, and we're going to keep expanding on that. But if you guys are creative and good with technology, you're more than willing, I'm more than willing to let you offer your skills to our technical side. Mila was our stage director for a long time, as well as a great actress, performances every week, still doing multitasking. She edited the opening. So if you guys want to do something that increases the creativity in our show on this stage, please bring it, please. And so Kendall is going to end the show that way. But let's talk to Johnny really quick. What was your experience of our digital BSA-LIVE stage?
I had a great time, and everybody was very connected with their characters, their scenes. And in this time right now, this is the way you got to do it. You got to do it through Zoom and online. And this show, actually, you guys really did it the best way possible, where a lot of times I forgot that we were even doing a Zoom. You guys, there wasn't a lot of lag in between lines, and the monologues were all great.
Well, we're glad. You're more than welcome back anytime. We're glad to have you, and we'll get deeper into what you do, and when you're working on sets and stuff, consider our young actors as potential auditionees that they can come in and maybe read for you. But that's the whole purpose, guys, is to expose you to the industry that's out there doing it, and to get you guys out there as well, and to get you in front of the big agents and managers and producers and directors and all the people that can give you an opportunity. And if you want to be a director, producer, writer yourself, we teach those classes here at BSA-LIVE. So, give us a ring. We'll help you in any fashion that you feel that you have talent or want to draw the talent out. We have somebody that can help you do that. Adrian, I know, does hand-to-hand combat with some of his producer friends, and he can teach some really great stuff there. And like I said, we brought in, Nelson. He's one of the top managers out there. So really excited to have this platform for you guys. And we'll see what happens in 2021. But just keep coming back each week with prepared material. If you are watching this and you want to be part of BSA-LIVE, just watch our YouTube channel and then DM us, Kendall, why don't let's go to Adrian really quick. We'll wrap up the show, and then Kendall's going to end the show, and we'll stop the recording, and we'll see you guys next week. Again, I'm Teacher Tony, and this is Adrian Carr.
I just wanted to say this is one of the better classes like last week. I think the smaller the class, the more intimate and more focused the group is, and the work was so much better. It's getting better and better each week, and our comments are becoming much more concise and precise with regard to targeting the issues, because you're taking so many notes and taking them to heart and delivering. So I think, you know, it's just, as soon as this COVID shit is over with, then we can really play.
Exactly, and we'll do
Who
it.
knows? Ella may even come out to LA and visit.
She might, or maybe we'll fly over there. You never know.
Well, that's possible too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you that showed up. This is about a fourth of the class, and I think, like Adrian was saying, it tends to be more intimate this way. So we might switch it up where, you know, we audition in our privates, and then the people that I feel are the strongest for the showcase on Wednesday, 4 or 5 of you will perform, and then you know, throughout the month, maybe we'll rotate the different performances and stop trying to squish, you know, an hour show into 2.5 hours. So today we're about an hour and a half, so we're getting there, and we're going to keep paring it down, so we have about an hour showcase. Okay. So again, Jonny Vegas, thank you so much. Adrian Carr, thank you so much. Teacher Tony, and we're going to give it to Kendall, and she's going to close the show out. You guys, everyone, big round of applause for everybody today. You guys are amazing. All right, Kendall.
Guys, it's Kendall. Thank you so much for watching the show. Please make sure you check out our BSA channel and like and subscribe.